Although I consider myself mostly a runner, the combination of a global pandemic and some unexpected YouTube recommendations has gotten me interested in mountain biking. Now, at the moment, Maine, where I live, is on mandatory lockdown, so I can't go anywhere. That presents a challenge. Can I build a mountain biking trail in my yard using only things we already have at the house? Well, I can try, starting with this little wooded section. Now, before I started, it all looked like this. But with loppers and a rake, I was able to clear a halfway decent path. I think we'll call this Quarantine Trail. When I finished, I was left with a bunch of these little stumps. They look like they'd be decent at puncturing a bike tire or maybe a lung. Luckily, I've watched enough Seth's bike hacks to know how to deal with stumps. Except that we only have one extension cord at the house, and there's no chance it'll reach as far as I need it to. So I guess we're back to the loppers. That actually worked pretty well. The trail is coming along pretty nicely, but it needs something extra. It needs a feature, so let's see what we've got lying around in the barn. Yep, that should be enough to build some kind of skinny. I'm a beginner, and so is my wife, so I don't want to build anything crazy. And I'm not thinking of this as a permanent feature necessarily, so I'm not too worried about the quality of the wood. Since I can't leave the house to buy lumber, this is gonna have to do. Once I got the planks cut up, it was time to start attaching them to the logs. I'll admit I didn't really think this one through, so I tried nails without drilling first, and then I tried screws that were way too short. Obviously, I'm not much of a carpenter, but eventually I figured out that the easiest approach was to pre-drill holes for the nails and then hammer them in the rest of the way. And there it is. The Quarantine Trail isn't anywhere close to finished, and this is just a tiny section of it. But we've got a path through the woods, some little turns, and even a short skinny that should take us over the worst of the mud. I'd say that now it was time for a test ride, but I don't actually have a bike, so more on that in the next video.